This bout is presented in association with Arano Box Promotions and Samson Boxing. At ringside, the three judges scoring: Max DeLuca, Dr. James Jenkin, and Marshall Walker. And inside the ring, in charge of the action at the bell, referee Jose Cubian. And now this contest is for the World Boxing Council Silver Title. 10 rounds of boxing in the super welterweight division. Fighting out of the red corner, wearing black with white, official weight 153 1/4 pounds. His professional record, 45 victories, including 14 knockouts, 12 defeats, and 6 draws. From Santa Fe, Argentina, the former welterweight champion of the world, Tata Baldomir. And fighting out of the blue corner, he's wearing white with red, officially weighing in at 150 1/2 pounds. He's undefeated as a professional. In 34 bouts, he has 33 victories with 1 even, but he has 25 KOs. From Guadalajara, Mexico, the undefeated, defending WBC Silver belt welterweight champion, Saul, El Canelo ALVAREZ.
Boxers up. Carlos. Dale-lhe instrucciones. We give him instructions. Quiero que se haga limpia.
The crowd is cheering Canelo because he's an unusual looking Mexican who looks more like he comes from County Cork. He is called Cinnamon. His father sells cinnamon ice cream. Is he the flavor of the month or the year?
You almost have the feeling here that this is the main event and Mosley Mora is the walkout fight. I mean, this crowd is pumped.
Not a few of this crowd have come to see Álvarez.
Yeah. And there he is, called Canelo, which in Spanish means cinnamon. An obvious reference to the flaming red hair. Not just in Guadalajara, but in all of Mexico. He is a star, he is a hero, he is a heartthrob.
And Oscar is hoping he's the next Oscar. When he went to watch him fight down there, he said, there are girls and women coming to see him, just like they did for me.
De La Hoya was unique in that regard. Good left hook for Álvarez. Now already there's a red mark on Baldomir's cheek.
Well, that's a trademark of his. The way he fights, he's going to get marked up.
Good left hook for Baldomir. Sweeping it over the top. Lead left hook for Álvarez. Not bothering with the jab there, and a hard right hand.
As you can see, Álvarez is a well-schooled young fighter.
He has a clear advantage in quickness and hand speed against a fighter like Baldomir. If he ever fights the very top fighters in the welterweight or even the junior middleweight divisions, those advantages might go away, and he'll have to find other ways to make his point. Probably the punching power, along with the overall skills. This time Álvarez does not look in any way distracted by the event. Nervous, paying attention to things other than what he should be paying attention to. This time, he appears to be focused on the opponent in front of him. The reference there to the first round against Jose Cotto in Vegas on the undercard of Mosley Mayweather.
Relax, relax, son, relax.
Relajado, güey, no te lo quieras comer ahorita. Porque en lo corto él está lento, pero es fuerte. En lo corto te puede agarrar un gancho.
But he can catch with that punch, with that hook. He's got fast hook. Fast hook. You gotta fake, you gotta hit him, touch two or three punches, and then move out. Fake him, don't go in. Fake, hit, go to the side.
Correcto.
You gotta finish off with 3. Feeling good? Good. Relax. It's the first round, just like sparring. Relax.
Carlos,
up and down.
Estamos muy bien boxeando. Estás muy bien.
Carlos, you're boxing very well.
Saca, saca.
Combi box numbers in 1. Alvarez 13 out of 38. Baldomir 5 out of 40. Neither fighter tremendously accurate. Neither fighter tremendously active, but Alvarez clearly getting the better of Baldomir in round 1.
Álvarez said that Baldomir is a test he needs. For 1 round, he passed the test. And Baldomir said, Jim, that he was going to knock the freckles off his face. Haven't heard that line for a long time.
No, Baldomir, who's never been much of a trash talker, stepped up his game in the build-up to this fight, perhaps realizing that at 39 and with not much to bring to the ring physically anymore, he'd better be a player as a character.
Well, but he's not fighting with the certitude and the assertiveness that he did when he had that terrific run a few years ago.
When he beat Zab Judah and Arturo Gatti.
He used to punch and be the aggressor while he was figuring out the fight. Now he's sort of laying back and trying to figure it out. Maybe that's the definition of being 39 in this case.
Yeah. Alvarez landed another one of those hooks. His trainer calls it the fast left hook. There's the fast left hook again. Then we'll see if he has the power to put the aging Baldomir down. Part of the narrative of the fight, because Baldomir hasn't been knocked out in decades. Just took 3 solid shots there, including an excellent body shot that Alvarez mixed into the combination. Alvarez lands a few Baldomir lands a few punches, stepping inside. Alvarez seems to be looking for something as he allows himself to be hit a couple times by Baldomir. Straight right hand was just a little under the target.
Break! Suelta, suelta. La campana, vivos.
Alvarez starting to land more right hands now. And one more left hook to punctuate the round.
Hielo, ¿cómo estamos?
Ice, how you feeling? Okay.
Carlos, dame una toalla. Dame una
Where's the
toalla.
towel? Saul.
Tranquilo.
Relax.
Carlito abre mucho la mano. Me
Carlos,
gustaría que busques
he
el
opens
uppercut
up
para
his
dentro de la
shots too
derecha.
much. Get the uppercut on the right-hand side.
Jab y combinas y juega.
Jab and combinations and to the outside.
Son 12 rounds, no son
There's
3
12
ni 4.
rounds, not 3 or 4. Jab, more jabs, more jabs. Use the combinations, fake them, and short punches.
Okay.
Combi box numbers in the second round. Alvarez getting a little more dominant, landing more consistently. 17 out of 37 that round. Baldomir threw 63 punches in the round, only landed 9 of them. Harold, how do you have it through 2?
Tell the kid it's 12 rounds. It's a 10-round fight. 2-0. 20-18, Canelo Alvarez. You know, Jim, Carlos Baldomir looks really slow. Now, we weighed him in the dressing room. We were 169 before he left his dressing room. And I tell you, it really shows. This ain't the same guy that fought Arturo Gatti on HBO a few years back. I mean, very, very slow.
Baldomir was thought to be out of the sport. He's here because we can recognize his name and cite his championship level credentials from the past. Alvarez is 20 years old. And remember, already with an official record of 33-0-1 with 25 KOs, he claims that he has 13 more wins, which do not appear on the official record. Who knows if maybe someday they will. Hard right hand for Álvarez.
Even though they're standing almost in a toe-to-toe stance, Baldomir seems on occasions tentative because of the difference in hand speed.
But now Baldomir's letting loose a little bit more, and he did land 2 counter right hands on Álvarez in that last sequence. Seems to have decided that the only way to stop Álvarez's left hook is to throw against it, and he's trying to counter it with a right hand.
Sometimes a veteran fighter believes that in a long fight, that the younger fighter, the less experienced fighter, will fall apart. He's 20 years old. He's got a 17-year-old son he's training as a fighter.
And he's fighting a 20-year-old.
Stop. No.
All right, main event still to come between Sergio Mora and Shane Mosley. Referee Pat Russell gave instructions recently to Mora.
Okay, no 3 knockdown rule in California. Any corner's neutral. No punches here, no punches there. Conduct yourself like a champion. It's your 12-round fight to decide. Convince me you're okay at all times. If I have any questions about that, I'm going to be asking you to work with me on that stuff. Coach, right away as to whether it's a butt or a punch on a cut, you're going to get the first shot at it. Okay?
This is
Coach, all right?
And
You got
then,
that? The punch?
Watch his rabbit punch, and then if he starts holding.
Absolutely. And to make sure we don't give the Irish kiss and come in and whack on that head, because I don't need to have that decided. Yeah. Questions for me. Last 10 seconds I get close, and obviously I stop at the end of the round. Protect yourself back to the corners. Coach, any questions for me? Mouthpiece comes out. Yeah. I'm gonna wash it. I'll put it back in. And if I have any other issues, I'll discuss them with you between rounds.
Okay, no questions.
Good enough? Good luck. See you in the ring.
Now round 4 begins between Baldomir and Álvarez. Power punches through round 3. CompuBox, pretty much a wipeout. Álvarez is 27 out of 56. Baldomir only 9 out of 63. If you're watching at home and you saw that interview or that moment in the dressing room with the referee giving instructions to Sergio Mora, and you're looking at Mora and you said to yourself, gosh, he sure looks big and rangy for a 154-pound fighter, you're right. Larry, is he really a middleweight?
Well, his first fight was as a middleweight, and usually fighters get bigger, not smaller. He can fight at both weights, but it's just an indicator of the size difference, the natural size difference between him and Mosley.
So it's not as if he's trying to generate power anyway. Good right hand by Álvarez, and now there's a mouse under the right eye of Baldomir. Speed and quickness advantage for Álvarez, showing up round after round here.
The size isn't mattering very much here as far as we can see yet.
The first 4 losses of Shane Mosley's career were all to fighters, Vernon Forrest and Winky Wright, who were significantly taller than Shane. Sergio Mora, maybe most fighters in Shane's position with his credentials would say, why should I fight somebody like Mora, who's bigger than me and has no big reputation? But Shane says, who's the best opponent for me now? I want to fight.
They had that attitude.
Was that a little bit of a wobble from Baldomir after the right hand from Álvarez? Takes a left hook, too.
Now this is the Baldomir we know, just walking
Trying to
through
give as good as he gets and momentarily whacked Alvarez with a right hand.
And Baldomir taps himself on the chin as he walks back to the corner as if to say, that's my chin, pal, kid.
Carlos, close your eyes. When you chase him, he catches you. He catches you and he catches you. Throw him in the middle and you keep him busy, you keep him thinking. And finish off with more than 2 punches. You're waiting. He's waiting for you. Intelligently, Carlos. Don't let him build confidence. Intelligently. 1-2, 1-2. Move your head. Remember that. 1-2. Move your head. He's got nothing.
No tiene nada. No tiene nada.
You got nothing there.
No, no.
Do I have anything there? Nothing, nothing.
CompuBox numbers show that round 4 was the best of the fight for Baldomir. He landed 15 of 70 punches. Alvarez, 20 of 37.
If it indicates anything, which it doesn't always, it's that he's starting to close the difference. We'll see if he can turn the difference around.
But Harold Letterman still has Alvarez winning every round. So he has a 4-point advantage coming to the 5th.
It appears that Alvarez is now sensing as we get into the middle of the fight.
Well, there was a moment a couple of years ago when Alvarez won 4 consecutive 10-round decisions. And I asked him, I said, look, did you let off of the knockout accelerator just to gather some rounds? And he said, yes. He said, absolutely, that was the plan. It was a period in my career when I had not fought rounds in a while, and I felt like I needed to get back to the comfort zone of understanding that I could win fights by decision, and I did it 4 times in a row.
In Mexico, the only bigger attraction in sports is the national soccer team.
Meaning among current Mexican stars, fighters like Eric Montiel and Jorge Arce and various others that we can name, maybe even Juan Manuel Marquez.
They want to ride his coattails to glory.
Referee Jose Cobian is calling the 2 fighters together because I think he feels as though he's losing control a little bit in there. I mean, wouldn't be at all surprised if Baldomir were to try some very rough stuff.
Well, he's sensing that he's got to start imposing himself.
Hard right hand by Alvarez. That one shook Baldomir, but his face shows the price he's paying for that. And a little while ago, you heard Pat Russell's instructions to Sergio Mora. Let's hear what he had to say to Shane Mosley.
Shane, good to see you. We're going to have a 12-round fight tonight. California rules, you're intimately familiar with them. Yes. Couple things. No punches here, no punches in that kidney. Never punch a fighter who down. Any corner is neutral. Go to the corner. I wave you to if you knock him down. If you're knocked down, up at the count of 8, walk to me, convince me you're okay. No 3 knockdowns. Definition of holding, the best you're ever going to get. When I tell you you're holding, free your hands up, punch your way out. Break. I'm going to give you 2 commands. Stop punching, let me untangle you. Tap you in the shoulder, we'll go back from there. Last 10 seconds, I'm close. I know your coach isn't here. I'll give you a sign right away as to whether it's a butt or a cut on punches. Has to start the 4th round. Your corner's going to get the first shot at it. If the doctor wants to look, timeout, we'll let him look. Questions for me?
No questions.
Good luck. I'll see you in the ring.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
This is a solid workmanlike effort so far by the 20-year-old Alvarez. Something he needs in his evolution and development as a fighter. The fight isn't over yet, I should add. And I can't say that he's dazzled me, Jim.
Baldomir Baldomir takes some shot. He really does have a good jaw. Carlos Baldomir looks winded. His mouth is wide open. He does look like a tired fighter. But I tell you, he takes a heck of a good shot. You can't give him credit for getting hit in the jaw, but he does take a good punch. He hasn't gone down. And Álvarez has landed some really good Sunday punches. 5-0, Canelo Álvarez.
And someday we may look back on it and saying, this is where this fight stood at that time, if he becomes a serious champion. And let's give him the benefit of any doubt. Look who he's fighting. I mean, it's an old guy, but one of the toughest old birds we've seen in recent years.
Absolutely agree with you, Larry. He is a very solid, well-schooled, very substantial, stable, calm, good young fighter. He has everything except the great quickness that sets superstars apart in this sport.
Or the power so far. But in another year or so, or two, when he's fighting elite fighters, all that will come into play.
I think he's fighting in the right weight class here, although his plan is to try to win a welterweight championship, and everyone around him still says he's a natural welterweight. I think when you think of the speed of the top fighters in the welterweight division, and the possibility that fighters from the 140-pound class like Alexander, Bradley, and Khan could conceivably move up, he doesn't have the speed to fight those guys. He can beat guys like this at 154. And he's gradually accumulating enough punishment against Baldomir that he may actually get the Argentine veteran out of there, and that would be a credential.
It would be a statement. And Baldomir has taken tremendous punishment. And this is dazzling.
Down goes Baldomir on a rocket left hook. That's the biggest moment of the night for the crowd. They're going wild. And the count is finished, and he knocked Baldomir out.
The winner by knockout victory, de Guadalajara, Mexico. Still undefeated and still